So, really scary moment in tonight's Pittsburgh-Tampa game. Referee Steve Kazari had to be taken off the ice on a stretcher after colliding with Hayden Fleury, and this was a really, really nasty collision. Kazari's crossing the red line while following the play and just collides hard with Hayden Fleury. And his head does go back and hit the ice, which is what I was most concerned by. Now, he did lose consciousness briefly, but apparently is doing pretty well now in hospital, has full movement in his extremities, and it was really heartwarming, I thought, to see all the players, everyone leaving the benches to see him off the ice. Just a really, really nice moment. Anyway, this one scary moment aside, an absolutely massive game. I completely written Pittsburgh off this year, and I think everyone had, including Pittsburgh. I mean, they started tearing the team down while they still had Crosby. People did not think that would happen. But with today's win, spoiler alert, they're back in a wild card position. Anyway, Crosby himself would open the scoring for his 40th goal of the year. This is absurd. Sidney could potentially score the second most goals of his career at 36. And Pittsburgh would actually go up 4-1 off 2 goals by Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang. The old guard all showed up today. Stammer with the 1 goal for Tampa. This game was like out of a different decade, but this is where we see the problem with Pittsburgh. They're just not mentally strong, and they would go on to give up 3 goals in the span of 10 minutes in the third period, tying the game at 4. Michael Bunting, however, would break the deadlock with about 5 minutes left, and the crowd went wild. This is literally their season playing out here, and they've got some massive games remaining. Pittsburgh actually controls their own destiny. If they win out, they're in the playoffs. Not really surprising considering they are playing Detroit and the Islanders during this stretch, but they also have to face off against really all good teams: Toronto, Detroit, Boston, Nashville, and the Islanders. If I were to have it my way, Pittsburgh would get in that last Metro spot, then Detroit would sneak in the final wildcard position. I think that would be the most fun and interesting playoffs, but that's all I've got for today. Let me know your thoughts on the game, the situation, and everything else down below.